Experience. Welcome, 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 welcome. If I happen to sound a little different today, it's because my voice is, a little hoarse. Sorry. Sorry. We got an action-packed stream ahead of you tonight. I can't fucking do this. We were full of amazing audio, visual journeys. It's gonna be fantastic. You're gonna love it. If any of you are new to the Tarmec broadcast, you can type exclamation point Kimmies in chat, Kimmies, and you will get some free Tarmy token that you can put towards whatever you please. Tarmy tokens are a new prestigious currency that you can buy. But you can buy Bitcoin with. You can buy a lot of stuff with it. Lots of really good, valuable stuff with your Tarmy token. It's gonna be a great ride, so I'm so glad you guys are here with me, experiencing it. Let me check up on my fireplace. Oh yeah, it's roaring. Do you hear it? Ooh, it might be roaring a little too much. Better stoke it a little. Bring it down a couple notches. I want to mute. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Recently, I did not turn in a school essay that I was supposed to turn in. Essay. I was supposed to turn in an essay about how to solve homelessness on small scales, like within townships, and what townships can do to help alleviate the issues of the homeless. I wrote a majority of the essay out. In fact, I nearly completed it. However, when it came time to turn in my essay about the homeless, I realized that my solution was too big picture and did not address some of the issues that would arise with towns that require a lot of funding but do not have any way to source it. The main issue that I found was sourcing money for the projects to help get people back on their feet and into the labor force. So I decided that a way to see returns on these investments, was to give the homeless homes, and within those homes and lobby spaces have essentially non-stop job fairs and programs led by community and business leaders Many people will say just tax the rich, and I think that plan is good. However, there's not going to be enough people within those small communities, so you'll have to outreach to a larger government source, which defeats the purpose of the essay I was writing. There's a greater picture that you could try to make in that sense and argue that the government at large should more so tackle these issues than small communities because the issue is so prevalent. I think that's an argument I actually made within the paper, but anyways, it was so convoluted I just decided to not turn it in yet because I am on spring break. I sent an email to my teacher and she told me that it was okay if I got an extension because I was very, very ill a week beforehand while we were working on it in class. In fact, I got COVID, but I'm feeling better. That's really loud. Let me see if I have any objects here. I have part of a broken headset that has a piece of mesh on it. I want to see how they sound together. I don't really like that, but some people might. It's not my cup of tea, though. I'm gonna try the foamy side more. Oh, that's a bit better. It's like the feeling you get when you go to a nice haircuttery barber shop and they take you over to the sink that's really uncomfortable for your neck and they lay you back in it and you always feel like you want to adjust your neck the whole time, but you don't because you don't want to disrupt the barber or hairdresser or whatever you're going there for while they're cleaning your hair. And then she takes your hair and is scrubbing it over your ears, and for a brief moment a little bubble forms on the inside of your ear canal and then it pops. It's a very fleeting sound. Once again, I'm going to apologize for the quality of the sound in my voice. I am a little hoarse today, but I will always be a little bunny. Unless I, whatever. What was I going to talk about next, other than my essay? I have issues keeping my lips and cuticles moisturized in the winter. Although I have found solutions, they always tend to become a little drier. As the seasons change to spring, I don't have these issues as much, but it still persists in some cases. The chapstick that I use most frequently is a coconut lime from a grocery store called Fresh Time that is in Chicago, which is where I reside. Oh, I feel so sick. I'm gonna mute because I'm gonna vomit. could have just sneezed in the microphone. Actually, I probably wish I did that because I fucking hate ASMR. I'm just bored off of my ass and don't want to wake people up in my house. But this is the Tarmec Experience. One day only. If you are feeling very relaxed right now, I'm gonna tell you to stop! Because I don't care about you. Not in the slightest. If you happen to wander into the stream, I apologize. You should leave. However, if you happen to stay here for a while, or follow me, or do anything else, I guarantee I will not be live for probably another 4 months until I remember I have a Twitch channel. Because I don't fucking do anything on Twitch. I don't do anything on YouTube. I'm not a content creator. I'm just a college student. And barely one at that. I go to a community college. I go to a Chicago public college for education because I don't want to spend a lot of my own money on tuition for the first 2 years. It just seemed like a much safer option at the time. However, I found that my desire for social gatherings, such as parties, or just meeting people that you can talk to in the campus, is not being properly fulfilled at a community college. So, if you think about that, I'm just saying, if that's something you were considering, go to a normal 4-year college. It might be more expensive, but you will enjoy it much more. I gotta sit up. My posture's fucked. I have to sit up because I've been sitting on my tailbone for hours. When I play video games, I find myself sitting on my tailbone more often than not. Did you hear that? That's disgusting. That didn't get picked up on the mic. However, there's nobody here. That's fine. I'm not doing it for other people. I'm doing it for me. Just because. Oh my god, it's 5:34 in the morning. Oh my god, that's so late. I mean, it's so early. It's so early in the morning, but I haven't slept yet. Subathon. It's follow-a-thon. That could be fun. That's a good way to use the day. Keep me awake. If you follow, I'll keep the stream on for another 30 minutes. Setting a timer for 20 minutes. If you follow, I stream for another 30 minutes. I want my friend to come back. He was in Discord a while ago. We were playing Sea of Thieves and then we played Risk. But he left and I do not think he's coming back. I told him I was going to sleep and I lied to his face. Jimmy, if you're watching this VOD, this video on demand, I am greatly sorry for misleading you. And I will try to be more honest with you is a distinct lack. Ow. Ow. Of things for me to do right now. I just had a, that's disgusting. I just like burped into the mic, sorry. Oh my god! However, I don't want to sleep. My sleep schedule has been broken down, built back up, and broken down again by myself. Like an abusive cycle. And yet, here I am, doing nothing but breaking it down once more. I'm trying to sleep through the whole day. The opposite of that, I'm trying to make it through the whole day without sleeping, so that I can fall asleep at roughly 8 p.m. today, and wake up sometime around 9:30, I don't know, 9:30, the magic number. I used to wake up at like 6, like daily, but that's when my school was a lot earlier. All my classes are at like 11:30 to 12, but I'm on spring break. But I'm on spring break, so I don't actually have any classes currently. I just have me and my friends who are in town. But all of the people I know who are in town are busy with each other, so I don't really want to insert myself. Oh, that's cool. Look, you can hear my computer when I face the microphone towards it. Look. Quiet. Loud. That's funny. That's funny. To me, oh, all the tags I put in are still Sea of Thieves from when I was playing Sea of Thieves. I don't want to play Sea of Thieves. Let's put new tags in, shall we? Little guy. And bunny. Tarmec Experience. Gamer. I can't put gamer twice. Gamer. Okay. Updated tags. The Tarmec Experience. What a stream. I broke my monitor a couple days ago. Like, I was fucking around. Because okay. I'll start from the top. I went to a concert a couple weeks ago with a friend of mine. Actually, a couple concerts. We saw Snooper, and we saw these other guys. I think one was called MS Paint. I didn't really like MS Paint too much, but they had a really good crowd presence. Even if I didn't like the music, I liked the way they made other people feel. So, while I was at that concert, I decided to bring along a pack of cigarettes. Newports. this one friend of mine, I'll call him John. So John smokes a lot, more than I'd like him to, and I don't really smoke. And my other friend, we'll call her Dabby. We'll call her Dabby. She doesn't like it when people are on or using substances around her. So I respect that, obviously. And when we all met up to go bowling, the friend of ours, John, pulled out his cigarettes. And me, who was hanging out with them before that moment for a majority of the day, also pulled out my cigarettes at that time. And I told John, I said, John, you got a mighty fine lighter that you got on a trip that we went on. I'll trade you this pack of cigarettes for that lighter of yours. And John, being the immense addict that he is, said, ooh, boy, let me at him. Let me go, Johnny. Let me get them cigarettes. So I exploited his addiction for a cool vintage lighter, and I feel so good about it. I like the lighter a lot. It's nice. Anyway, he had another lighter of his. It's like a black Zippo. And when I went home that day to fill it up, the vintage and antique lighter that he traded me, I also found his other lighter that he left at my house when we were smoking in my backyard. And he essentially just leaves his shit in my house all the time. But when I was filling up this vintage lighter, I found the other lighter, the Zippo, and I was trying to flick it open, and I realized it had a pretty tough lever. It would not open easily. So, after filling them both up with lighter fluid, I took the Zippo sitting at my desk, and I tried to flick it open, and it flew out of my hand and right into the monitor. I was watching The Last of Us at the time. I was watching The Last of Us episode, I believe, 8. And the screen just turned all sorts of funky, wacky, zany, crazy, unimaginable goofy colors. Lines and streaks went across Pedro Pascal's face like a fucking, I don't want to get too vulgar, but you know what they could look like. Ah! I broke my monitor. It was so stupid. I'm pissed. Anyways, I spent like $170, $180, $190, I think, dollars on a new monitor. It's way better than the old one. It's, I think, 28 inches and 2K, and I think it's curved. I don't want it to be curved, but it's the only one they had that was 2K and 166 hertz, I think. And like OLED and other shit too. But that was cool. I didn't want to spend that money. I gotta go to bed, man. I gotta go to bed. I gotta go to sleep. I'm not going to sleep. I'm gonna keep streaming until I fall asleep and I leave the stream on by mistake. That's the goal. So if you're here in the future and you see that I'm sleeping, check the VOD. I gotta stretch. Stretching stream. Once again, reminder you are watching the Tarmec Experience. One day only ASMR yelling, screaming, mewing. Mewing? Mewing? Maybe not mewing. Stretch break. Take a little stretch. If you're watching this VOD, because no one's here in the chat right now, and you've been sitting down all day, give yourself a little stretch. Give yourself a little. Downward dog. Down. Up. That's not what downward dog is. I just hinged my hips. It's the same thing. I'm wearing a green. Gross. I'm wearing a green sweater today, right now, and I got hungry a little bit ago. So I did what any normal guy does when he gets hungry and there's no real food in the house, or he doesn't want to muster up the ingredients or whatever. I just put some naan in the microwave. And I wanted to top it with a little bit of sour cream and chive. And I wanted to put some preserves and jam on the other. However, I didn't have any of any of those. I had nothing. So I decided to just put some hot sauce on both of them, on both the little tiny pieces of naan. When I say naan, I mean it was maybe 2.5 by 3 inches, little tiny little bits of naan. I think the brand is called Stonefire. So that's the one that I used, and I just doused it in hot sauce. And I made these I warmed them up in the microwave, the naan, and the little naan, I pressed it together as if it were an empanada. I've actually never had an empanada before, but what I imagine an empanada would look like if you took a little piece of naan and you cinched up all the edges. The interior is full of hot sauce. Anyway, I took that little thing full of hot sauce and I started eating it, and the part that I had cinched up with my fingers, the hot naan, the bread that would stick to itself, started to unravel, and I got hot sauce on this sweater that I bought on Depop for $12. It's okay though, this sweater is way too fucking big for me. It's an XL, but it's as if it were a fucking 3XL. It's huge. So, I don't care that much. But, I still prefer if I didn't get hot sauce on my sweater. I'm so tired. I have a bad habit of drinking Red Bull. It's not good for you. All energy drinks will fucking erode your teeth. I'm hearing mourning doves. No, what are they? I tried to look up this bird a while ago online, and I imitated the call and shit too, but I couldn't find out what the bird was. I listened to a bunch of different bird calls online, and I couldn't figure out any of them. So I gave up, and I just said, that's fine, it's just some random bird, and I'll never know what it looks like or what it is. But that's the sound of my childhood. There's this one that makes a swooping noise, and I always associate that with waking up in the spring as a kid, before I even had school obligations. I remember being in preschool a little bit, which is pretty young. But I remember in the morning, those doves
wanted to. They just wanted to steal my blocks, those little shitheads.
But I was nice to them, and I showed them amnesty. I didn't hurt them or anything. I sound like a fucking psychopath. I was a little kid. All little kids are psychopaths. Psychotic. But no, it was nice. I think preschool was a weird time, but I remember nap time. Nap time was so weird because nobody, or I guess everyone actually slept but me. I was like, what the fuck are these kids doing? It's like 2 in the afternoon and you're fucking sleeping on this low to the ground little blue cot. How the fuck are you doing that? Like no blanket or anything. You're just laying on it. It's so fucking... Ugh. How do you do that? You know what? I could probably do that right now. I could probably do that like any day of the week now. But when I was a kid, it was just so difficult to understand. I couldn't fathom. I really couldn't really understand it in the slightest. And the teachers would walk around and they would look at all the kids to make sure they're resting, getting their proper sleep. And they always come to me and they say, Tarmec, little Tarmy, why aren't you sleeping? And I'd say, because I'm too focused on providing the Tarmec Experience to my viewers. That's what I'd say to them, and they go, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'd say, you'll get it later. Yep. They brought me to a psychiatrist after that. It was an odd kind of, they brought me to the child therapist. I remember going actually to a child therapist. Because I had issues with, like, a bunch of different things, but my child therapist just feed me instead, and then it's like manipulation. It's like, they'd bring me to the child therapist, and then I'd eat a bunch of fucking candy and goldfish and whatever, and then I'd leave, and my mother would ask me, like, how was it? I'm like, how was it? And then I'd be like, it was so good, it was so good, I got goldfish and Starburst. You know? It's like they were... The psychiatrist or the fucking therapist was like training me to just to be like, oh yeah, I had so much fun because I got candy. I'm a little kid, I don't fucking know better. Even after that, I was like, hey mom, I don't think I want to go here. I don't think anything's going on. I think I'm just eating candy. And I was like, because it would just take time out of my day. Time I wanted to play with Nerf guns and whatnot. Nerf guns were so fun. I think Nerf guns are still actually one of the better toys kids can use. I think they're better than some video games for sure. Because, like, what? You can get together with your friends and, like, run around the park and shit with Nerf guns and just, like, make your own little games up with your own little rules. That's what we did all the time as kids. We had this big tree outside of our school. And it was the... I think it was... name doesn't matter. It didn't have a name properly. But we used to put all our Nerf guns around and we'd get together and we'd, like, make formal chats or we'd, like, send Skype messages and shit. Or was it before that? When did we... In middle school, how do we or in elementary school, how do we contact each other? It must have been through Skype. We didn't use like AOL Messenger. No. Yeah, it must have been through Skype. So we would put all our Nerf guns around a tree, and then we would do this thing called Hunger Games, where we would just count down with about 12 kids. And the rule was if you got shot, you lose 1 life and you have 3 lives. And if you get down, your teammate can revive you by holding your hand for 5 seconds, which makes them really vulnerable because they can't shoot and hold your hand for 5 seconds. And if you get revived, you only have 1 life left. There's a lot of trust that went between those middle school children or those elementary school children. You only have 1 life left. I already shot you. You're already dead.
No, 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 no. I had 2 lives. You only hit me once, and one hit me in the head, so it doesn't count. It's a headshot. The headshots don't count. That's right. Headshots don't count. Just for the information, you can't. Headshots, you don't take damage. You can't die through a headshot. That was the rule. No headshots. Even though they were Nerf bullets, like, headshots didn't hurt. But that was still the rule. Ugh, it's whatever. Ugh, I'm so yawny. I think all I need is one active chatter to make me keep going for another 5 hours. I just need one guy to come in chat and be like, "Fuck you," or like, "Hey, Tommy." Fuck you. I'd be like, "Hey, that's not nice. What the hell, man? It's too early to be that mean." And then he'd be like, "I don't care. Get out of here." Whatever. That's disgusting. You can hear my ew. I'm gonna mute. That's gross. That's better. I gotta stretch. I cracked my knuckles earlier, but I'll do it again. In the other hand. Ooh. Nice. There's a hole. I'm looking through it. There's just a hole straight. Oh no, it's not. I lied. I thought there was a hole going straight through the microphone where the 2 microphone arms would attach, but it's actually just shiny metal, and I was misled. I thought I could see my hand on the other side, but it was just my hand on the side that I was looking through. I play games in my basement. I stream in the basement. I work in the basement. I'm on a computer too often. But when I go out, I go to the gym, I hang out with friends, and I'll play I was gonna say play tennis. I haven't played tennis in a long time. I should go play tennis soon. Anyway, besides the point. The area where I stream and game in my basement and work has 2 windows on either side of it. It's a very narrow room. Let's say it's like 5.5 feet by 5.5 feet by like 13 feet. So it's pretty small. And on either side of that longer end, there's a window that is about 1.5 feet by 3 feet, let's say. That looks about right to me. And you can just see into the entire thing. So my friends have made a habit, or I guess not a habit, it's happened like 3 times, where they'll just unannounced show up by the windows. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not. I'm like, hey, I want a little privacy here. What if I'm doing something you don't want to see me doing on my computer? But they continue not to listen. They just don't announce it. So I went ahead and one night when they came over and they brought like 5 people who I don't talk to, And they just like were like peering through my little window and like, hey, unannounced, whoa. My room was a mess and I wasn't really properly dressed or anything like that. My hair looked like shit and I hadn't showered that day yet. I was like, fuck it. So I went into my laundry room and I grabbed 2 towels and I stapled them to my windows. So now you can't see it anymore. But I don't know. It looks really ugly and I don't like it, but I like the privacy that it provides. And I dislike that I can't see the outside. I think that really kind of fucks with me. I really liked seeing the outside and the little birds and stuff that come by the window. But I don't know, the privacy is nice. But man, seeing the outside, seeing the skies, you kind of need it every day, or else you'll go mad if you can't see the fucking sky. That's why people will like actually work inside or under like conditions where they can't see the outside, and I think it's so depressing. The environment is so oppressing. I mean, it makes you want to kill yourself. It's awful. And I don't really mean that in like a bad way. I mean, it's just depressing. Being confined like that. And that's why I do not want to find myself in a jail cell. I would much prefer a wide, open space to a little tiny cell. And you have to share it with someone. I mean, college dorms are one thing, but sharing it with another convict who's probably done something worse than you, chances are, not a fan. Moving on to, what am I drinking? This is I'd call it a lipstick or ruby red. Maybe a little more matte than ruby. Hibiscus ginger artisanal kombucha. And it says right there, cultivated with love. By Community Kombucha. It has 2 servings per container, 40 calories per serving, so 80 calories a can. I fucking hate when people are like, oh, the serving size is definitely half a fucking can of kombucha? Are you serious? There's some things where the serving sizes seem way too fucking big to me. And sometimes they seem way too small. Like, there's this enchilada tray you can get at Trader Joe's. And the serving size is like a fourth of an enchilada. And I'm like, what the fuck? And the calories per that 1/4 serving are like 580 calories or something. It's absurd to me. So obviously I don't fucking touch those because it's like over 2,000 calories per box of enchiladas or whatever. It's not like cheese on them. It's just chicken, sauce, I guess like some like queso fresco and chives. Like there's not that much on it, but damn is it calorically dense. So that's one thing I think the serving size is too small on. Serving size is too big. Actually, I'm going to go Trader Joe's again. There's this little ice cream thing you can get where it's like these little tiny hand-sized cones. Ice cream cones. And one serving size for those ice cream cones is like 4 cones. Which seems like a lot to me. I mean, keep in mind, make like an L with your thumb and your index finger, and then go to the first knuckle. That's how big the ice cream cones are. Alright? It's not that big, to be fair, but I feel like 2 of them is more than enough for one person. Like for a dessert, like you don't need to overindulge. I find a lot of people tend to do that, with meals especially. Like a meal, I think people need it to be voluminous, have a lot of volume. Voluminous? No. Voluptuous? Ew. No, just have a lot of volume. whatever that means. And, I don't know. I don't really like that approach. I'm fine with things being dense and, like, eating a little bit and being like, oh, yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm trying to think of something that's, like that. Like, I guess, lentils. Lentils are pretty dense. Sometimes I'll toss some lentils together, like steamed lentils with a little bit of sesame oil and, like, chili paste, and chili oil. And then I'll just kind of toss that up, and it's good. I mean, lentils are pretty packed in proteins and whatever else you need. So you could just fucking survive off lentils. But I feel like that's just like a quick lunch on the go. And I don't really eat breakfast, so, 6 hours into my day or whatever, I'll go ahead and I'll eat like a cup of lentils with some sesame oil and chili sauce and paste. Yeah. I think that's enough. Some people will be like, no. For lunch, I must eat a Subway foot-long sandwich. Or you'll go to Potbelly and you'll be like, oh, let me get a 12-inch big meatball, Parmigiana, fucking Cheetos, all that stuff. And they'll eat it and be like, that's a good lunch. And I'll be like, oh, you must be hungry. And they'll be, no, I just had breakfast 2 hours ago. Dude, I don't know. I don't know how people do it. I know people who will eat like that, and they're like fucking twigs. And I'm like, I don't know how you do it, man. You must go jogging on the weekends, I suppose, or something. Bike riding out. But I mean, I know them. I know they don't. They just have physical jobs, I suppose. I think a physical job keeps you trim, in shape. You just burn calories. That's the one complaint I really have about my job, is I'm always in the same place on a computer. Which sucks, but, it's just work. It's fine. I make fine money. When it comes to cooking, I find myself in two camps a lot of the time. I will either put a lot of effort into a dish, and it turns out mediocre, or I'll put almost no effort into a dish that I kind of just scrounge up, but I know the flavors already because it's familiar to me, and I'll be like, man, this is the best thing I've ever had in my life. I do that a lot, where I know flavor profiles enough that I'll be able to toss things together, and it'll taste really good. But when I try a new recipe, and I put all the effort in the world into it, a lot of times it'll just taste okay. And I've come to realize that that's fine. Things can just taste okay, even when you put a lot of effort into it. But I try to, move that to other things in my life. I'm like, well, what if I just put in a lot of effort to a paper I did for the first time and I got a C on it? I probably wouldn't be happy. Actually, I know I wouldn't be happy. I'd be pretty upset probably at myself, because I'd think that I didn't do good enough. But that's apples to oranges. You can compare two things completely separately. I mean, in a way, that is not the first essay I would have ever written, right? Well, and in contrast, this is the first type of meal that I would have made like this. But it's not like I haven't cooked before. So I go through these things in my head like that, where I'm wondering why some things works out so much better than others. And at a certain point, I just say, forget about it. This doesn't fucking matter. I should not hold myself to some standard that's unachievable or, impossible. I mean, if I'm working on data based on years and years of what I've done, I know what I can achieve, and I know how and when I can achieve it. So it's not like I'm never going to do it, but a lot of times I just never do it as fast as I would like to, which seems to be an issue for me, where I will quit on something because I don't do it as fast or as well as I want it to be done. And that leads to a lot of issues. But that's a little too personal, so I don't really care to expand upon it. Tarmec Experience. Sorry, that's just had to watermark it. You know, I didn't want anyone stealing my show. Yeah, but that's the only one that's ever gonna come up in the show. It's not really like a big thing. Like, you know, yeah, it probably won't happen again. We've already watermarked it. The Tarmec Experience. Oh, sorry guys, I did it again. Sorry. I forgot it's an ASMR stream.
ASMR. Yeah, so I went down to the grocery store. And I went there solely to chat up the sales representatives, not the checkout workers, the people who do logistics and place items on shelves in the stores. And then after failing to procure or secure any of their credentials other than their PepsiCo supplier, I go back home in shame and drive at a reasonable speed until I reach my garage, where I pull in and my car scrapes the bottom of the ground. And then I look at myself in my car's flip down mirror, and I see a really happy guy.
It's me. No, I don't do that. But maybe I do. You don't know. ASMR.
The Tarmec Experience.
Why do I keep saying that? It's so gross. Oh yeah, go back to the earmuff thing. I'm gonna do this till I get one viewer, and then when I see that they're like viewing the channel, I'm gonna scream and yell at them to get out. I think that'll. I like the concept. Oh, look at this! Look at this poor streamer, man. Little guy. I'm gonna join the stream. Check out what he's doing. And then you just hear me sitting there. First chat message comes in. Oh, I love these sounds, bro. Get out! Get out of my fucking channel! Get out! I'm so tired. Dude, nobody came in. You know what I was saying? Like, if someone comes in and says anything, I'll be able to, yeah, but for the most part.
Hey guys, a viewer just came in. VOD watchers. Alright, we're gonna prank him. Normal ASMR, guys, come on. Hey, sorry if my voice is a little bad today. I've just been, a little hoarse. Sorry. Anyway, back to the last story I was telling. After I broke my computer monitor from flipping the Zippo lighter at it, and after I bought my new monitor, which cost way too much money, I decided that I'm probably not gonna play on my computer much.
They left. Fuck them, dude. Fuck them. I was trying so hard to be a fucking ASMR guy. Oh, it's so stupid. I really wanted them to send a chat message, and then I could just yell at them. I was waiting for them to send a fucking chat message. You can't wait for opportunities like that, man. I should have just yelled at him. I should have saw the third viewer thing and just gone, fuck you! Get out of here! Nobody wants you here on this channel! It's so gross. Just the way of talking is just disgusting. I'm going to... Actually, hold on. I'm gonna, I think, end stream. Just so I can check audio to make sure things aren't too fucked up. Because I know audio is obviously going to be fucked up. Because it's always fucked up. But I want to see how bad it sounds. And then maybe I'll do another stream soon. I mean, I probably won't. I definitely won't. After this, I'm just going to forget the channel exists, like always. But yeah. If you watched the VOD or any part of it, thanks. And if you didn't, and I'm just talking to myself, bro.